Hey, hello everyone. From now on, I will make videos about techniques, very useful techniques, very effective techniques that I use to improve my memory, develop my brain, increase the level of concentration and attention, and that help me to study more effectively, more productively, and that make my life easier at all. And today I want to talk about of the most powerful memory techniques. The memory palace. The memory palace is one of the most powerful techniques, really the most powerful memory techniques I know. It's not only effective but also fun, and it gives you a great chance to improve and develop your imagination and creativity. The memory palace has been used since ancient Rome, so it's a very old one and is responsible for some quite incredible memory feats. Eight-time world memory championship Dominic O'Brien, for instance, was able to memorize 54 decks of cards in sequence, viewing each card only once. And there are countless other similar achievements attributed to people using the memory palace techniques or variations of it. So what is a memory palace? The memory palace technique is based on the fact that we are extremely good at remembering not exact facts or text, but images and especially places we know. A memory palace is a metaphor for any well-known place that you are able to easily visualize. It can be the inside of your home, or maybe the route you take every day to work. That familiar place will be your guide to store and recall any kind of information. So you have to you have to be able imagine this place in detail. Let's see how it works. The first step is to choose your place. First and foremost, you need to pick a place that you're very familiar with. The effectiveness of the technique relies on your ability to mentally see and walk around in that place with ease. You should be able to be there. It will using your mind's eye only. A good first choice could be your own home, for example. Remember that the more vividly you can visualize that place details, the more effective your memorization will be. Also try to define the specific route in your palace instead of just visualize a static picture. So instead of simply picturing your home, imagine a specific walkthrough in your home. This makes the techniques much more powerful. You'll be able to recall items in a specific order as you'll see in the next step. Here are some additional suggestions that work with a memory palace, along with possible routes. Maybe you want to choose familiar streets in your city. Possible routes could be your drive to work or any other sequence or streets you're familiar with. You can imagine the pathway from the classroom to the library, or from the coffee machine to your boss's office, or imagine walking on your neighborhood or the track you use when jogging in the local park. The second step is to list distinctive features. Now you need to pay attention to specific features in the place you chose. If you picked a walkthrough in your home, for example, the first noticeable feature would probably be the front door. Now go on and mentally walk around your memory palace. After you go through the door, what in the first room? Analyze the room methodically. You may define a standard procedure such as always looking from left to right or down to up. For example, what is the next feature that catches your attention? It may be the central table in the dining room, or the picture on the wall, or a chair, and so on. Continue making mental notes of those features as you go. Each one of them will be a memory slot that you later use to store a single piece of information. For the technique to work, the most important thing is to have the place or route 100% imprinted on your mind. Do whatever is necessary to really commit it to memory. If you are a visual kind of person, you probably won't have trouble with this. Otherwise, here I'm going to get you some tips that help. Physically walk through the route, repeating out loud the distinctive features as you see them. Or write down the selected features on a piece of paper and mentally walk through them, repeating them out loud. Once you are confident that the route is stamped on your mind, you are set. Now you have your palace, which can be used over and over again to memorize just about anything you want. Now that the master of your palace, it's time to put it to good use. Like most memory enhancement systems, the memory palace technique works with the use of visual associations. Visual association is a process of linking some place in your room with an item that you want to memorize. For us, each memory peg is a distinctive feature of our memory palace. A chair, a table, a bed, a picture on the wall, and so on and so forth. So you want to memorize some information and you link this information to the some item, to the some thing in your memory place. How we form these links? Make it crazy, ridiculous, offensive, unusual, extraordinary, animating, nonsensical. After all, there are the things that get remembered, aren't they? After all, there are the things that get remembered. Make the scene so unique that it could never happen in real life. The only rule is, if it's boring, it's wrong. Okay. Also, we can use this technique to memorize tons of information. Let's start with something very simple. For example, using our home memory palace to memorize a groceries list. Let's suppose the first item is a beacon. Mentally transport yourself to your memory palace. The first feature you see in your mind is your home's front door. Now, in a visually combine beacon with the sight of your front door. How about giant fried bacon strips flowing out from underneath the door, reaching for your legs just like zombies? Feel the touch of the bacon hands on your legs. Feel the smell of burnt evil bacon. Is that remarkable enough? I think so. I think yes. So you can easily remember it. And now open the door and keep walking, following the exact same route you defined before. Look at the next distinctive feature and associate it with the second item to be memorized. Suppose the next item is X and the second feature is picture of mother-in-law. Well, at this point you already know what to do. The process is always the same. So just keep mentally associated images until there are no items left to memorize. At this point, you are done memorizing the items. If you are new to this technique, though you'll probably need to do a little rehearsal, repeating the journey at least once in your mind. If you start from the same point and follow the same route, the memorized items will come to your mind instantly as you look at the journey's selected features. Go from the beginning to the end of your route, paying attention to those features and replaying the scenes in your mind. When you get to the end of your route, turn around and walk in the opposite direction until you get to the starting point. In the end, it's all a matter of developing your visualization skills. The most relaxed you are, the easier it will be, and the more effective your memorization will be. Um, so that's all for today. I think this technique will be very useful for you and help you a lot in your study or work. Thanks for your attention. Goodbye.